Paulina's Way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.
Welcome traders, welcome. Hello. Welcome to Trading Psychology series by Funding Pips. My name is Paulina and I am your trading psychology coach. And if you are thinking of quitting trading, you need to watch this session today. And I don't mean thinking of quitting trading. I mean like really quitting. I don't mean a bad day. I mean maybe you thinking in your head and getting to the point where you think, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I am not going to be able to make it. And there is no shame in feeling like this at all. You're not dramatic. You're not weak. You are human. And in fact, let's be honest, it's often the traders who actually do care the most, who feel a lot of different emotions and feelings and are susceptible to feeling broken in a way, because we do as traders obsess over every entry at times, to replay every loss in our head, every account that we lose. And what causes traders that is the unrealistic standards that traders hold themselves up to. And then when they don't meet those standards, they will punish themselves when they fall short. So you care so much that the weight of your own expectation starts crushing you. But there is the truth the most people won't say out loud. It's not trading that you want to quit. It's you. Or more accurately, you want to quit the version of you that shows up to the charts. The version of you that doesn't do what they're supposed to do. The version of you that overtrades, that chases, that self-sabotages. The version of you that says never again and does it again. The one you don't recognize anymore. The one that is lost in the chase of it all, in the chase of another account, in the chase of the master account, in the chase of the reward. And you're not trying to leave the market when you are thinking of quitting trading. You are trying to escape your own emotional cycle, the loop of hope, the loop of excitement, the loop of guilt, of loss, and then silence. So when I say, and when you say, I want to quit trading, maybe what you really are saying is, I want to stop hurting myself like this, and I want to stop being this version of me. And that is not a weakness, that is self-awareness. That means that you are beginning your transformation, that you are ready to actually look inwards and understand why you are feeling that way and why you are keep on engaging in those self-destructive behavior. So let's break it down further. Why do you feel like quitting? And again, let's stop pretending. Traders quit because the markets are too hard. Traders quit because they are tired of themselves. And it's about that emotional wear and tear of repeated what you see as failure. And it's not just about losing money and buying challenges. It's about losing parts of yourself every time it happens. You blow an account, you tell yourself, this was the last time, and you won't allow for it to happen ever again. Then you blame yourself. You feel ashamed because it happens again. And then you promise to change, to be more disciplined, but then you do it again. That becomes a spiral of feeling shame. And there is the painful part. Shame will not motivate the change. Shame fuels silence, isolation, and self-attack. And in fact, you thinking of quitting, it is a self-attack. It's a result and a sum of the self-attack. You don't just feel like a bad trader, you start to believe that you're a bad trader. You start to believe that you're not just a bad trader, but a bad person. And this really fuels the identity fusion, where your entire self-worth of a human that you are becomes attached to the outcome of your recently blown account. And you think, I'm a loser, I'm a fraud, everybody's right, I won't make it. And trading stops being a job because it's supposed to be a job, but it becomes a mirror that reflects back onto all of the insecurities that you are holding about yourself as a trader. And of course, that's dangerous because your identity is not your P&L. Every loss feels like a proof that you are not enough. Every drawdown is a confirmation that your system is broken, that you're never going to make it. And you begin to internalize that as failure. You try to internalize those feelings. And the only escape that you are seeing is to quit and to, instead of dealing with it and face it, to go and not have to deal with it ever again. And this is a temporary event. And you made it a personal truth. And that personal truth is telling you to do something that actually you don't want to do, because you are treating quitting as your only way out. And it is not an escape from the market, it is an escape from yourself. So what that means that you will be still holding those qualities about yourself, whether you quit trading or not. It's about whether you will eventually decide to change the things that you need to change. And of course, behind all of this, there is psychology. And it's not just about, lack of motivation. It's a psychological state that you got yourself into. And there are variety and various psychological states or experiences and feelings that you might be feeling right now. And one of the first ones, which we have discussed already in previous sessions as well, is cognitive dissonance. You imagined, and let me tell you how it is. And I can see that you guys are really engaging here, and I really love it. But I really want you to listen to this. Cognitive dissonance is where you have imagined yourself being profitable by now. So you may actually be well into your trading journey, maybe 3 years into trading journey, maybe 5 years into trading journey. And what you have imagined by now is that you are going to be profitable by now, that you will be consistent right now, that you will be receiving those funding pips rewards on a regular basis by now. But reality is, it's not the truth. And that tension that you're giving yourself, I should have been there already, creates mental fatigue. And of course, you had a vision as a trader and you saw yourself with that master account by now, posting rewards on social media, being perhaps invited to success stories, feeling free, living that life on your own terms as a trader. But here you are, stuck. And you still keep on repeating the mistakes that you swore that you would never do and you would fix. You're still watching others passing their challenges whilst you breach your accounts. And this gap is what you imagined and what's actually happening. That's cognitive dissonance. Because it creates and fuels that low-level emotional stress, a constant tension in your brain that you should have been further. Why are you not? And of course, when your vision doesn't match the reality, you feel disappointed. But that disappointment is not fair because you start questioning your ability, identity, your worth. You're building that pressure, but actually it has nothing to do with trading. It's got everything to do with your behaviors that you keep on repeating in the markets. And you keep on repeating the same choices that you promised that you would fix and you don't. And that gets you to this state. So actually it has nothing to do with your trading skill. It's got everything to do with your trading psychology and your self-control. And if you allow for that period to go on for long enough, this is where your nervous system can really get overwhelmed, because that also will lead to you thinking all or nothing kind of thing. And one bad week, month, year, or actually maybe you have never been profitable yet, but you are measuring your entire potential as a trader based off on one chapter. Maybe you're not a profitable trader yet. That's okay. But in order for you to become profitable, you need to get there. It's a trap because you think that if you have a bad month, bad year, or you miss an entry during your session, that's it. You are done. You take a loss and you think, okay, that's it. I'm not going to make it as a trader. And if you think about it, you may think right now, nah, it can't be that deep, but it can. Because if you think about it, why can you not deal with one loss in the markets? Why does that loss have to spiral you out of control? Why then, after taking a loss in a market, you mess up? And you think to yourself, I'm never going to be consistent. This isn't for me. And you allow for that one moment, for that one trade, for that one bad trading day or month or even a year, because you're at the start of your journey, to define your entire path and possibilities as a trader, which doesn't make sense if you think about it, because it's like if you picked up a book and started reading from chapter 5 of the book and decided that based on chapter 5 and what happened in chapter 5, the whole book is going to be like this, and the rest of the book doesn't really matter. But of course it matters. So why are you saying to yourself that based on the chapter of trading that you are in right now, you're a failure? You haven't finished writing your story yet. And you can't think black and white, that I'm either profitable trader or non-profitable trader. It doesn't work this way. You are in the middle of the process. And you need to continuously push through, learn, reflect, adapt, work on your psychology, work on your technicals, backtest, work on your trading journal, work on your trading plan to see the outcome that you desire. Because you need to allow for the reality to start speaking with you and not your emotions creating that narrative based on one trading month, one trading week, or one trade sometimes. Because all of this will push you into feeling helpless, because you will start thinking that you've blown so many accounts, there's nothing else that you can expect. And it's a learned helplessness, by the way, because your brain learned that you lose accounts, challenge accounts, let's say. So then your brain starts thinking, why even try? And that becomes dangerous, because this is how you get stuck quite permanently. Because you will start seeing that after failing so many times, there are no results. So therefore, you will start believing that effort equals no results, where actually effort equals results, but perhaps you need to put different type of effort into your results. So very often you will wake up, go into the charts, but you will have that psychological tunnel vision and perhaps heavy chest when you know, I'm going to lose again. I'm going to lose again, and it's going to happen. And you will likely start breaking your rules, because you will start thinking, well, if my system can't get me here, then perhaps I can get lucky. And once I get lucky and I can get to the master account, then maybe I'm going to get lucky to actually receive that reward. And you start being hopeful and create that illusion that this is how you can make it as a trader, rather than reviewing the past and actually analyzing what is going on and what you need to improve. And now, let me just say, this is not laziness. This is just learned behavior by your brain and by yourself about helplessness, because this is where your nervous system is overwhelmed and you decide it would be safer not to try to fail again, but that actually makes you do the opposite, that pushes you towards failure. And the worst part is that you're not realizing that you are doing it. But what you are doing, you are emotionally checking out, and you start going onto autopilot. Even when you're taking those bad trades, you just consistently are taking those bad trades because you are trying to save yourself, but you're saving yourself in a wrong manner, and you're repeating the same destructive patterns over and over again. And it can last for months and years. It's your job to recognize all of that and to interrupt that cycle, because of course, all of this, what does it do? Increases your stress levels. Cortisol, we talk about it all the time. It's a hormone responsible for stress. And if you are consistently stressed, in your mind, in your body, you will experience decision fatigue, emotional pressure, and there is no recovery there. When it comes to your trading accounts, you're stuck on that performance mode, thinking about trading all the time, 24/7, but actually there is no results coming from it. And it's really misunderstood because you are thinking that you are working hard towards something, but what you are doing, you keep on exhausting yourself over and over again. And every day you show up hoping today will be different, but actually every day is just the same because you're running on the autopilot that I have mentioned just before. And this is where pressure is being built, and you are every day in high-stake environment, and of course that's going to lead to a collapse. And this is where we need to understand what quitting really means, because quitting isn't about giving up. It's about wanting relief. You thinking of quitting trading is you wanting relief, and you want the relief from yourself. But not everybody wakes up consistent. Not everybody just wakes up a consistent trader. You are in the messy middle of the process. It's very easy to start something, even when it comes to the gym, diets, etc. There is a motivation that is fueling you. And that motivation is a pure feeling and emotion. To get to the end, it's not about the start and that first step. First steps are actually pretty easy, but it's about the 99 steps between 1 and 100 that you are going to do. The parts in the middle that are going to be boring, that are going to be messy, that are not going to be perfect. And those are the moments when there are no results and people quit. People do the same with the gym. They go to the gym, they start dieting. But when they don't see immediate results, they often quit, because we are creatures that want to see results. But it's the same in trading. You will be putting an effort, you will be sticking to your rules, and you still might be losing because you need to allow for your system to work over a long enough period of time. There is no shortcut. You are in a messy middle. Your choice is to keep going. But if the middle part is messy, you need to learn from previous steps. Let's say from 0 to 100, you're on 55th step. And you are actually way further than a lot of traders. But what you need to do is review the 54 steps you've done before in order for your 56th step to be better and actually be logical and actually be built on data and improvement. So let's go through some solutions so you can actually see what would fit you better. You can apply all of the solutions, or you can apply the solutions that will fit you the most. Daily pre-trading rituals. And before every trade, you need to self-regulate, because clearly you are operating out of nervous system that is heightened, that is not functioning well. You need to breathe when you need to breathe. You need to apply breathing techniques. Do the box breathing technique. When you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, hold for 4, and repeat that for 3 minutes. You need to signal to your brain before you enter the market that you are safe, that you are going to trade from calmness, not from the chaos. Give yourself 10-second delay rule, or candle close rule, let's call it. And when you feel that urgency to enter the market, breathe and actually wait for that 1-minute candle, 15 minutes candle to close before you execute. Because that pause is actually going to save so many of your trading accounts. Anytime you feel that rush, don't. Just wait. Wait for everything to align in the market. The tracker of breaking your rules. Every time you break a rule, write it down. There is no shame in it. Stop avoiding it. You need to actually, every time you do something wrong in the market, you don't follow the rules, actually write it down. A lot of traders will try to forget about that day. And actually they will not journal, not do this, not do that, because they're trying to avoid it, being in that avoidance style. But what you need to do is actually write it down. That is going to give you a pattern. And when you have a pattern of your behavior, you can study it. At what time it happened? How did it happen? What did you feel at the time? Was it after a win? Was it after a loss? Was it after a break even? Was it after a winning streak, losing streak, particular time of the day, particular day of the week? Does something happen before, after? Patterns emerge, and when those patterns emerge, you are able to then break those patterns and rewire those patterns and rewrite your story, daily story. Create a protocol for yourself, rules that if you break a rule, you walk away for an hour from the charts, or actually you walk for the rest of the day, no trades, no charts. And that way you train in your brain that when you break your rules, there is a cost to it. Not punishment, but a protection mechanism that you are applying for yourself. And finally, most of you at times do not actually know what you want to get out of trading. You see some of the rewards that other traders are posting, perhaps 10,000, 20,000 in rewards, but actually make it actionable and what you want to achieve based on your personal goals. I want you to actually close your eyes and visualize the trader that you want to become, the calm trader, the patient trader, the trader that is a great risk manager, the trader that has a master account now, the trader that is waiting for their rewards to hit their bank account, the trader who behaves in the markets appropriately when the markets are fast or slow, the trader who is stable, whether they lose, whether they win. And that version of you exists, but you have to make a choice whether you want to become that version of yourself and whether you're going to be aligned with the behaviors of that version of yourself, and whether you are ready to leave this version of yourself behind, because the version of yourself right now is sabotaging you. Also use physical anchors. On TradingView, write notes to yourself, put post-it notes on your laptop, put reminders on your phone. I know it sounds like such a cliche, but all of those visual reminders and cues actually interrupt emotional thinking in real time and help you regulate and actually navigate through what you need to do. Your mind will forget. We experience as humans thousands, tens of thousands thoughts a day. So you need to help your brain to filter the appropriate emotions, the appropriate thoughts, not emotions, that are going to help you in your environment. So you don't forget what to do in different scenarios that you are in. And I want to say something that I tweeted today. Your nervous system doesn't want profit. Your nervous system wants peace. And from peace, there will be profitability and consistency. So give it what it needs. Give your body and brain what it needs to take what you want from the markets and to allow yourself to flourish as a trader. So if you want to stop quitting, you need to stop betraying yourself during those trades, before you enter, whilst you enter. You need to start by actually treating yourself and your trading safely and your trading edge. Imagine that. How can you expect a result from the market when you are not applying all of the safety measures in a market? It's like driving a car without a door, without steering wheel, without brakes, and expecting for that car to get you safely from A to B. What do you need to do? You need to fix those parts of the car. It's the same with your trading. If you keep on repeating the same things that are sabotaging you, how are you expecting different results? Because all of this, it's emotional trading. And you need to finally face it. It's got nothing to do with the markets, nothing to do with trading, nothing to do with your skill. What you are doing is you are failing to emotionally regulate yourself on the charts. So reframe all of that and think, why am I quitting? I'm quitting trading on my emotions because I don't have what it takes to deal with my emotions. So it's not a cry for change or failure. It's you waking up, being self-aware, to making the changes that you need to make. And I really hope this speaks to you. I'm going to continue because I have more to tell you, but this is something that you really need to take on board And it's the uncomfortable truth, I know. And now think about it. I told you, it's about the part of the journey that you are at. Where are you on your part of the journey? Because it's not about being non-profitable to profitable trader. It's not just, I'm either non-profitable trader or profitable trader. There are stages to it. First, you will be a losing trader. Then you're going to become a break-even trader. Then you're going to become slightly profitable trader with some episodes of losing your account. Then you're going to become a trader that will stop losing accounts, but will be profitable, but still losing and being in deep drawdown. Then eventually you will be a stable trader. Like, I want you to just understand one thing, and I hope everyone hears me loud and clear. Profitable traders lose. Profitable traders are in drawdown. Profitable traders sometimes lose their accounts. That's it. Stop expecting perfection from yourself. It's about progress, growth, and work, not a perfection. So really create that boot camp for your brain. But bootcamp that's not exciting, because I cannot stress enough. Consistent trading is boring. It's repetitive. And that's the point. The point is that you're not trying to come into the markets to shine and for the markets to make you feel great. No. The markets can give you stability, and they can give you stability when it comes to your returns when you use fixed entries, fixed exits, fixed risk. You don't care if it's fun. You don't care if the price is going to consolidate for 3 hours before it gets to your take profit. You need to execute in the markets repeatable and reliable patterns. Why? Because otherwise you are being emotional. Stop, look for creativity, look for certainty. Certainty comes from having a system that you trust, not that your guru is going to tell you this system is good, your system. And you're not failing, you just need to retrain your brain. And you need to rewire your old impulses, your old behaviors, and you need to teach your nervous system to sit through those uncomfortable trades because you trust in the process. And it's okay to sit in discomfort without panicking about it, without chasing, without closing too early, without doing everything else, or revenge trading and all of that. Once you see that stability, when you are a stable trader, this is where you can refine your approach. And for the approach to become you, to your entries, to what are your expectations, to what are your new rules in trading, because you not breaking the plan, you bending the plan to your growth as a trader. Because you might be, when you're on a 55th stage, 55th stage of growth, when you reach 70th stage, your plan may change slightly because it's changing with the growth that you are. Your trading plans should be a living organism like you are, and you grow with you. But the problem is that a lot of traders try to be creative before they are systematic. And they think they understand risk management, they understand entries, they understand their markets, they are trading from their trading gut. What about emotional stability? If there's no emotional stability, you can't afford to do that. Because your gut feeling is anxiety. That's what it is. That's your gut feeling in the markets is your anxiety. And you can be creative in the markets. There will be risk to it, but you need to master how to manage that risk emotionally. Once you get there, you can do it. So at this point, you're not guessing, you're not forcing, you're not trying to prove anything. You will get to the point you will see the markets clearly when you will allow yourself to, with clear rules, because there will be no noise in your head. You will know when to enter. You will know when to not enter. You will know when to stop overtrading. You will know when to exit. You will know what to do. And what's important thing as a trader that you need to do is, when you stick to your decision, respect your decision. So if I make a decision, I'm exiting my gold trade right now, and then the trade flies 100 pips, I need to be like, I've made that choice for a reason, to be safe in the market. And I respect that choice. I respect myself. I move on to the next day. That's how you need to talk to yourself. That's how you need to speak to yourself and think about yourself, because that's what mastering trading looks like. It's not about adrenaline and flashy and yelling at your screen and getting excited. It's about waiting, sipping your coffee, your tea, managing it cleanly, being patient, win or lose, moving on, observing, enjoying being a trader. And all of that is boring, but that boredom builds consistency and brilliance, because that's what trading is. And you need to stop, for the love of God, comparing your trading results with real highlights or TikTok highlights or whatever on social media. Are you there with me? I can see that you guys are. So let's talk how you can actually reset yourself emotionally and strategically, because you need to go through a checklist with yourself and kind of ask yourself, why am I considering quitting? Is it because of emotional fatigue? Is it because my system doesn't work? What is it? So then you need to understand, do you understand your system enough? Have you actually given yourself a shot at trading, a fair shot at trading? Are you just tired because you have burnt yourself out? Is it because you are disconnected from your purpose and your progress? Is it because you're not sleeping enough? You're not recovering enough? Maybe you're drinking too much coffee and pressuring yourself too much in the market. Sometimes it's your emotions, because you're constantly in that let me get it mode. But you need to be human and you need to allow yourself to experience things. So you need a break, take a break. You need to sleep, you need to sleep. Move your body, journal. Notice the markets in a peaceful manner. Set your alarms, get on with your day. That's the clarity. Remove that pressure of staring at the market. Ask yourself, honestly, what am I trying to escape by quitting? Am I quitting my emotions? Am I quitting my situation? And am I quitting because I break my own rules all the time? Try to separate the market from your mental patterns and from your emotions. Because once you will see that actually all of this is emotions, you will regain your power. Understand and go back and review your last bad trades when you broke the rules. Why did you break the rules? Were you bored, FOMO, lost? And then avoid those behaviors. Make a list of emotional triggers. Is it fear, ego, boredom? You need to see a pattern of what you're actually experiencing and name your emotions. I told you this. It's so important. You need to have a ritual as well when you review your trading journal, when you understand what has been happening in the markets, when you backtest, when you look at the markets back. Oh, look, you don't even have to backtest sometimes. Just go through the markets. Okay, today this happened. This is the trades that I took, but I could have also taken this. Oh, look, there was a nice entry here. Just mark it out. And most of all, I want to tell you one thing. If you're wanting to quit trading, you are not weak. You are waking up. You're waking up to the reality that this type of functioning in the markets is no longer sustainable. You are waking up to the pain of watching yourself repeat the same cycles that you swore you'd never go back to. You are waking up to the truth that something needs to change, and that something that needs to change is you. It's not the market. You need to change. Again, that's not a failure. That's your turning point. That's your turning point where you can actually, from this moment, change everything around. And the moment you will stop quitting on yourself every time it gets harder or uncomfortable in a market is the moment you will realize that quitting trading won't solve the problem, because the real pain is coming from the loop and from you, not from the charts. So don't quit. And instead of quitting, stop trading from survival. Stop trying to fix your self-worth through trading. Stop trying to feed your ego through trading. Stop making trading like it's all that matters. Quit that version of yourself that trades from desperation. I know we all are trading because we want our freedom. And I know that sometimes we see trading as our only way out. But that is stopping you from reaching your full potential. And deep down, you don't want to leave trading. Deep down, you just want the change. And you want to stop feeling like this. And you don't like perhaps who you have become since you started trading, but leave that version of yourself behind. This is where true growth comes. And it's not a weakness that you are experiencing, it's an evolution that you are experiencing. And I'm going to leave this session here. I hope you can listen to it on repeat, and I hope that you can reevaluate what needs to be done. Without further ado, traders, thank you so much for being here. Next Thursday, we will release a blog on this topic. On Monday, you can join us on Discord for a psychology refill session where we're going to chat in our Discord, in Psychology Corner channel, and discuss trading psychology at 6 p.m. Dubai time. Next Wednesday, success story. And in a week time, I will see you here. Please go to the comment section and tell me if you actually considered quitting trading and what actually you have learned before quitting trading and what kept you going. I would love to see those comments. It's so meaningful to me. Thank you so much, traders, and have a wonderful weekend.
Where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.